Welcome back to Meet in the Middle Movies. I'm Elin,
I'm Mindy.
and we are a married couple that have very different interests, but we meet in the middle when it comes to movies. And we just saw Downton Abbey, the grand finale. Mindy, this was on your anticipated list, so why don't you go ahead and lead this one?
Okay, so the only reason why I was excited for this movie is because I was a big fan of the series. I was caught up on the series in the first two movies, and then I let Elon know, hey, I bet you would actually like this, and I got him
Mm.
hooked on it. And then I think we both agree on this. You can speak to your feeling, but the series was great. The movies have not been that great. In my opinion, this movie unfortunately followed that trend.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, I was a little disappointed
mm,
in it. I thought that the story felt really shallow, kind
okay,
of.
yeah.
With the exception of one character, there was really no character growth. It was
Mm.
just kind of a 2.5 hour kind of, or not 2.5 hour, 2 hour. I don't know. It didn't.
Yeah, like
It
maybe it was
didn't
kind
pay
of a
off.
fan service. Like, okay, we know that it'll put
Yeah.
butts in seats, and people loved this
Mm,
series, and that was kind of the case for me. Like, I know even though I didn't like the first two movies, I've stuck with this series for so long, and if this really is the last one, then of course I'm gonna go see the
yeah.
third one. So, but while I felt like some of the character endings, the way they tied things up for
Nice.
some of the characters was actually pretty nice, but some of the overarching theme and the way they decided to finish it up with things like all hopefully this isn't too much of a spoiler, but uh, throughout the series it's a big question on whether they're going to keep the house and that kind of thing. I actually felt like the ending wasn't what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a lot more about the people and their connections with each
Mm.
other than about the physical house, and I don't feel like they struck that right tone for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I thought that it's tough because I it's called the grand finale, but it felt like it went more out like a whimper. There wasn't a big, I don't know, it wasn't a satisfying ending and not the ending that I thought a story this good deserved. Um, the one thing they did do that I thought was kind of nice was they kind of paid tribute to the characters that had died throughout the series. I mean, we're talking about a series that spanned 52 episodes, three movies,
Yeah.
so it's a saga. And so they did give like every kind of deceased character a moment. Well, almost every
Except
the
one,
one
they
which
miss
they
one.
missed, which makes me
Yeah,
one. I don't know why, but
that was a bummer. But
mhm,
but it was a nice, like I said, some of those individual
mhm,
stories kind of like touch your heart, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, that's a nice way to wrap that
But
up. But
it was fan service. I feel like
yes,
a
yeah.
little. Um, other thing that having just watched the series that I really missed,
Mhm.
Maggie Smith is
Ah,
irreplaceable. There is
yeah,
something missing without her in this. Just
yeah,
her quick wit and her just kind of curmudgeonness, I guess you can
yeah,
say. And they don't really replace that. And it kind of felt dry at points where
yeah.
you could have used a character like that, I feel like.
That's so tough to me because I agree that the show just is not the same without her. She was the
Mm.
heartbeat of the show, in my opinion, but that's just because she's my favorite character. But I might have been more upset if they tried to replace her with
Mm.
a. I don't know. I might not have liked that. If the execution was really good, then maybe. But they didn't even try. And
Mm.
on one hand, I'm like, I don't blame them for not even trying because she's so irreplaceable.
Mm.
But she was kind of the. I know I already said it this way, but she was the heartbeat of the show, in my
Mm.
opinion. So just not having her was kind of.
Well, I could have used more. So there's a scene where if you've watched, first of all, if you've not watched this show, the whole thing's gonna fly over your
Oh,
head.
yeah, you
It's
gotta be a
they
fan of the
yeah, you
series
have
to
to
know the
watch the
show
show. You
and this
have to
movie.
know there's inside jokes referring to episodes in the first season. There's
Yeah.
things. I mean, you have to have been able to watch the show to kind of get what's going on here.
Right.
Um, but there was one character I thought had a full circle moment that if they had more of those, specifically Edith has the character Edith has a moment where it's like we need if we'd had more of that,
Mhm.
where it kind of showed her evolution and other people's character evolution.
Yeah.
I thought that that would have helped out a lot.
Yeah.
As it is, it feels like a lot of them were kind of stuck.
I would agree. Yeah.
Um,
So unfortunately, I mean, if you've kept up with Downton Abbey this far, maybe you want to see it just to
yes,
see what
it
they
it
did. If you're considering getting into it, this would not be the way.
well,
So
I think if you're a fan of the show, you will appreciate the movie.
there's certain, yeah, yeah, certain
The,
aspects to it.
the ending, though, as far as I'm concerned, and what other people, um, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, compared to what other people say, I
Hmm.
didn't think it was very satisfying. You could be completely disagree with me on that,
Yeah.
and but that's ultimately. Talking about some of the positives, I thought the acting, of course, was really, really well. I thought it was kind of cool to get a movie with oh, I just had his name and it left me, but
Oh.
Paul Giamatti in
Oh
it
yeah.
was actually really,
He's
really
always
fun. Yeah,
top notch.
absolutely. Hugh Bonneville, I thought was good. Michelle Dockery, the whole main crew,
Yeah.
um, doing what they do best, which is playing these characters. Unfortunately, I think the writing it might be where it got let down a little bit.
I agree. There it is.
So I'm gonna thumbs up, thumbs down. World. Did not make my top
I'm
10.
going middle stuff.
Yeah, I kind of. That's what I was gonna say. Is like I
Yeah.
can't say I didn't like it, but I can't say I liked it.
Right.
I can say it pretty confidently that I won't be thinking about this movie in probably about 3 weeks time.
Yep. Same.
So,
Unfortunately.
um, we're back. Sorry, it's been a little bit, but when we decided this summer got a little bit busy. Instead of doing it halfway, we wanted to make sure we could recommit. So we're back in a spot where we can do that. So you can expect videos from us every week. Uh, we don't know what we're gonna see next time, so just stay tuned. And on Tuesdays is when these uploads will happen. So yeah, just stay tuned, and we'll see you next time on Meet in the Middle Movies.
See you then.